I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, we're live. It's the first party of the weekend. Of the week, I guess, not weekend. I'm your host, Chris. Did it click over? Let me make sure that's all working here. Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, it's the last show of 2021. And we have Holly Ann here.
Hello.
Ooh, let me fix your camera. There we go.
Thank you.
And then Smiley is here. You can say hi, Smiley, but I'm not going to flip the camera yet.
Hey, everyone.
Ooh, you're hot in that one. And then we have back in town just for the night, Billy Belmont.
What's up, guys?
Oh, dang.
I would like to think somebody who really watched the show, I would say like a year before I left.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what he looks like?
They're like, what the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you never were on camera.
That voice comes out of that guy?
I forgot about
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Yeah.
I was never on camera for like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't film me.
Yeah. And then I got blamed for it every fucking time. They would be like, why don't you let Billy be on the show? And I'm like, why is it my fault that Billy doesn't want to be on the show? You know,
It's always your fault.
and it's like, I don't know about that.
You're always making sure I don't talk enough.
Right.
Billy's never on camera.
It is right. Everybody's
You're
always,
really mean to me.
yeah. Everybody's always like, you need to let Smiley talk more. And I'm like, oh, okay, will do, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I
you
can
know,
tell you it's really good to be back. This is my first time doing a podcast from the new studio.
All
Because
right.
we did it was back in
the Rosemont House,
Martinez Town. Yeah, Santa Barbara. Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
And that was some sketchy times. It was one of those things where like you would totally
Mhm.
just it was hard I guess with recording wise because
Yeah.
when you would have like all the dragsters
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then just
meow.
and of course you would have one of us talking and just
Yeah.
have that like background noise that was just awful.
Yeah. Well, you've been gone for like what, 2 years now?
It was 2 years, November 2nd. Yeah.
It's been 2 years
Wow.
since. It's been
No. No. Fuck you, Chris.
That is Chris's go-to.
I fucking hate it when he does it. It makes me cry all
it's
the
what-
time.
It could be like, oh my God, we lost another one of our restaurants that we love. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Say, hey, that Chris, you that guy that bought us a bunch of shots. Like, well, he moved back to like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
It's been a
Well, and then we don't ever get to use this button. I like this one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Because I had that one that was like Pabst Blue Ribbon, but I can't get a good clip of it.
Did you add the hamster clip?
I still
back?
haven't. I have
How
to
dare
because
you.
it's on my desktop that I used to use, and I just haven't hooked it up. You know.
I really
the
do.
greatest.
Yeah, that's almost radio status. Because okay, this is the first time I've driven a car, like since the last time I visited. Because I've never driven a car in Washington
Right.
D.C. It's just
That would be crazy, right?
so I'm listening to local radio. Of course, satellite radio exists.
How many
on-
Malort
and-
shots am I doing here?
Yeah. You guys back there want any Malort shots? All right,
Grab one.
5.
Oh, it's my boy.
See if people are looking at the camera. Let's see if I can pull it up.
But just listening to like local radio and just how they sound, like
I
actually,
got my Malort hoodie.
and just like Albuquerque, I've been staying on the west side,
Mm.
and it's just
They're like 99.3 KOB. It's 94 degrees outside right now.
no, it's gotten a lot slower and more easy to comprehend.
No, I was literally on the radio
Oh,
a couple weeks, like the day before Thanksgiving, with Buck, and Buck would be like, he'd be like, so it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. What kind of dessert do you think is the best dessert for Thanksgiving. We'll come back here in a little while. 99.3 KOB. It's 68 degrees outside. And then it click into a commercial.
That's tight.
And he would just go like right in, and I'd be like, "What the fuck happened?"
And I'd be like, "Welcome to 93.3.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rock. 'Cause
Welcome to the peak.
We like to fuck."
I was watching, so I had to go to work this morning, and like your brother used to listen to the show all the time, right?
Mhm.
And then he was like, "Oh, I like the Woody Show better." So I was listening to the Woody Show today, and here's what they literally had on the Woody Show. They supposedly had each recorded them farting, and they were having the people call in and guess whose fart it was, and it was such a fucking ridiculous. It was like they were like when they'd play the farts, they weren't real farts, and I was like, okay, can people not really hear that this is like fucking made up? Like they didn't really fart into like a like into their phone or whatever,
Okay, Tendrick Nation, I'm gonna fart, and I want you to tell me if it's real or not.
But it would be like the most like, let's see, hold on, no, it wouldn't. It would see that would be real,
Was that real or was that fake?
But like, you know how like if someone really recorded themselves farting, there would be all of the ambient noise, and they were all just like super clean fart sound for 10 hours. Wow. 10 hours of nonstop farting. This is on YouTube. Let's see. Warning, 10 hours. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. Like that. Yeah. And then they'd be like, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's some fucking sound they pulled off of a website.
Yeah.
And that's your radio.
That's the
Well,
way.
that's the podcast for the next 2 minutes, because one, it's the pop, 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 or the That's good radio. That's good podcasting right there. I'm telling you right now.
I have really missed you, Billy.
So we poured some Malort shots because
oh my gosh, I can tell you the first. Oh, go ahead.
For Christmas last year, I got Holly Ann and I got Smiley Tendrick Minimum hoodies. Right. We should get Billy one. I'm going to try to get you one.
All right then.
A Tendrick Bill. But like we're all about the Malort, so I got us all Malort hoodies. Can you turn around, Smiley, and show the people the Malort, the back of it? Here, let's look at this. That's sick. Look at that.
Dang.
Malort.
You look like a gang member with that.
Yeah, we're like we're like the Malort gang. So we have to do a shot of Malort now.
I can tell you the first time I did Malort was in Chicago. First of all, I've never been to the East Coast until I started dating Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
So like I get to go to Chicago. I get to go to
That
DC.
girl back there, that one right there.
Oh, you can see her.
Yeah, she's right there.
Took me to Chicago
On
for
the
the first time. And then takes me to this wedding, this bar. And guess what? I was like, because of you.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I have to try Malort now.
Oh, Malort.
Oh my
And
lord.
so I can remember the experience, not the taste.
Oh wow. That's
So I'm ready for it.
all right.
That was a shiver of anticipation.
When was the last time you had one? That time maybe?
It was like before we moved,
Yeah.
because we went from Albuquerque to Chicago. So I would say more than 2 years ago.
We got this bottle right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's already almost gone. And then I have two more.
Oh my lord. Oh lord.
All right.
Oh my lord.
Here's to the end of the year.
Here's to
That's right.
I can't read
There's
this.
a New Year's.
This fucking year has been awful.
Awful.
Right.
Terrible.
Tasty. Oh man, I think that's good for you because it just shows you that that no matter how bad your life is, there can be something worse. Right?
Oh,
You can always
just for record, like I'm the one that just took it down and didn't make a noise. I just kind of like did the big
I know.
squinting the eyes.
I said that's tasty. I was like, tasty.
it still makes me. Ugh.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a really great video of Buck from Founders, him doing a shot of it, and he just goes.
It's so gross.
And that's something to be said about, like, we know we're shitty and you're gonna drink it and you're gonna not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But for some reason we're still in business and you're gonna buy it and
You're
do
gonna buy
shots of it.
That's right.
and then people they're like, why would you buy that? Why do you like that? And I was like, because it's just fucking awful. I don't know why I like it. I just think it's cool.
It's like the same reason people watch like Sharknado, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I also love.
It's good stuff.
What else?
Oh man, Chris, we made a playlist to watch with my friend Sarah
Yeah.
of horrible movies.
Okay.
And there is one called Pastoraptor or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Velocipaster.
Yeah, I've heard about this movie.
And there's so many.
That's a great one.
There's
The Velociraptor.
Velocipaster. Oh, the one that we really want to watch is called Llamageddon.
That sounds amazing.
And the llamas have lasers shooting out of their eyes.
I miss the good old days where it was like alligator versus shark, or
Yeah.
back when the Sci-Fi Channel just started not giving a fuck
Or
Whatsoever.
Sharknado.
Sharknado.
I might also recommend Black Sheep.
Oh, okay.
It's
Like the movie with Chris Farley.
Yes, I always forget that there's another movie called that. Yeah.
I was
Um,
like, I have seen that.
it's a New Zealand movie
Oh,
with
Oh.
were sheep.
Oh, I love that.
I've heard about that. And then
Were sheep.
pretty much any Nick Cage movie nowadays, pretty much anything he's made in
Oh,
the
that's
last
golden.
right.
Have you guys watched the new Matrix yet?
Yes.
No.
Mm-mm.
We started it and I
Okay.
couldn't. I was
Um,
like, this is
I'm a fan.
blasphemy. I
Really?
hated it.
I'm a fan. I like it.
Hated it.
And I'm a huge fan of the first one and the second one, and the third one can burn in hell.
Yeah.
But I
think
liked it.
Did.
Well, yeah.
Wasn't that like the whole movie?
Did you? So over Christmas, I went to go visit my parents, and like that's pretty much a just watch movie all day
Yeah.
thing, or like watch my mom watch crime films and
Right.
and then not really watch them. And then when I
Yeah.
go to change it, she freaks out.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you go watch your mom do this stuff and it's blaring at
Ungodly level.
ungodly levels.
Well, they figured out closed captioning, so that's changed.
oh, nice.
Or my dad's just so deaf anymore, it doesn't matter, so we just don't turn it up anymore. But
they should
so-
get a TikTok account. And then-
Just explaining TikTok to them would
Uh,
be impossible.
yeah,
Okay.
I
just
feel like.
just getting them to like log into to Netflix was painful. I mean that's
we
just
love
but-
Debbie.
but that's just
we
getting
love
old.
your parents.
So
but
like
yeah.
I watched this movie Don't Look Up on
Oh, yeah.
Netflix.
Oh, how was it?
Fucking amazing.
We
I
want to watch that.
Love it so much.
I liked it too.
And
I
and
saw
I
it last night.
and I kept reading the reviews, and they were just like a dud, another, because like Netflix can really put out some duds.
Yeah.
oh
know?
yeah, it's I do remember, like, especially it has the N on the corner. It's like, yeah, this is obviously like
Yeah.
an original.
Well, this
Pissing
one,
me off.
this one they had to have paid a lot of money for, because it's
It has like Leonardo DiCaprio,
Jennifer
J-Law.
What?
Jonah
Mhm.
Hill,
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett,
Yeah.
Meryl
Meryl
Streep
Streep.
is the
Meryl Streep,
president.
yeah.
The president, and it's such an amazing movie because all it is satire on our current society,
Oh, I love
and it
that.
just fucks with, like, one of the scenes, like, they're telling them that this comet is coming to like destroy the United States. They're telling the president this, and they're like, and Jonah Hill's like, well, what chance do you give? And they're like 100%. He's like, well, you can't say 100. He's like, you got to do like 99 or you'll scare people. And they're like, let's just do 70, right? 70%. Because that sounds like,
That's not going to freak anyone.
that's not going to freak anyone out. And like, that's literally how the whole movie is.
That's great.
And they're
Wait
just
on
like,
it a few days because
Yeah.
midterms are coming up.
the midterm elections are coming out. So let's sit on it and they're like, what? And it's just like completely like, and then, you got to watch it. It's so hilarious.
I'm
and it's
gonna
all,
watch it.
and it's all about TikTok culture. And it's
Oh
all
my
about,
god! So Hamster wanted to watch it, and I was like,
it's so good.
I don't know.
I laughed. So I haven't laughed that hard at a comedy in a long time.
Well,
and
now I feel stupid.
and I felt like I was like, man, there has not been that like killer comedy, like,
Yeah.
like Step Brothers or,
Yeah.
The Hangover.
So
in
it's
a long
on
time.
that level.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
It's
watch
so
it.
good. And then watch all the way past the credits,
Okay.
because
okay.
there's one more little zinger, and it's just
Oh,
fucking
good.
Jonah Hill's character is he plays like
Yeah.
a Trump Jr.
I love it.
You know,
love
it's
it.
so good. It was fantastic.
Yeah, Jonah Hill was great in that.
It's Adam McKay. I mean, it's
Oh.
I love it.
So I watched the new Jim Gaffigan
Oh,
special.
I noticed he's like not talking about food as much.
I was
anymore.
thinking, is it about food?
It's
Because I love it when
not
it's
about food.
fried bread.
He actually. So I love Jim Gaffigan, and I'll tell you, it's I normally like a Bill Burr or a Norm Macdonald, but I like Jim Gaffigan every now and then because he just he's like your dad. You know what I mean? Like but he does normally talk about food, but this time he like went in on the
food?
pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
On like what it's like having 5 kids in a
Oh,
pandemic,
I bet.
and like how he makes his wife mad, and it was like he took his comedy and then just
His-
leveled up.
His wife's like, he's like, can you pass the food? Can you stop talking about food all the fucking time? They just snap at each other.
I do like his he has one of my favorite jokes, which is about vegetarians that eat tofurkey and how they
Oh.
call meat at night. It's pretty good.
Oh man.
It's pretty
So
good.
so this one has no food at all?
I mean, there might be a little bit of
Yeah.
food. I think he makes reference to like, I like to eat.
Yeah.
But I liked his take on like how everybody's acting. He's like, I like how everybody thinks the pandemic's over because everybody got bored.
Right.
And then he's like, he's all, remember 2020 when we thought we beat it and we're all like, yay, it's over.
Like
and
George-
don't we look stupid
George
now?
Bush was on the battleship with the big like
Right.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. I feel like that. I mean, somewhere I know that didn't happen, but I feel like it happened somewhere. They're like, mission accomplished. We did it.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
And don't we all feel dumb now?
No, we all feel thumbs down.
Like,
Can I have a beer?
I
Ooh,
wouldn't be
me too.
surprised if this is like my last open mic for a while.
I wouldn't be surprised
You know.
either. Last thing I heard is New York was like shutting down.
Flights were canceled.
Yeah.
So sorry, Billy and Shelby. You might be stuck here for a while.
Well,
And luckily, I'll be 5 minutes away from you.
yeah,
so.
it's one of those things where a lot of campuses are closing down. If you're working, say, in the academic realm, that you probably don't have to work. You work from home next semester.
Yeah.
And then
So-
you'll just work at the Trader Joe's here.
Oh, at the really indescript like general
Oh, whoops, sorry.
grocery store.
Oops.
Do you think you could work
I meant the Whole
remotely
Foods.
for
I
them?
meant the Whole Foods.
We
Oh, you
have
know what?
Sprouts here.
It's funny because I was on this podcast for like many years, like 7
Yeah.
years, and I never talked about Hobby Lobby, and I feel like I talk about them now.
Oh wow! Can we tell Hobby Lobby? Can you tell some Hobby Lobby
yeah,
shit? Some cheese
please
man.
do.
Oh, that's
Cheese
true.
man.
Oh no! Well, so anyway, I work for Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
Tindrick Nation. If you're not familiar, it's a very conservative Christian.
I have
based
so many questions.
craft store, and I can tell you right now that it's it's a fine place to work. Don't agree with their politics.
I went there to get some Christmas gifts. And
There you go.
Did you work at the one that was on Wantabo?
I worked on the one that was on Montgomery and Eubank.
Oh, okay. I
You gave them your money, Christopher?
I did not, but my mom likes certain things, and they sell the certain things
Fair.
that my mom likes.
Fair.
And anyway, so I was in there, and I was going to be like, my friend Billy used to work here. Can I get a discount? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. I did not do that.
Trash company, don't work there.
I
Yeah.
have questions. Is it true that on their company insurance you can't get birth control?
Right.
I think it was true when I was working there. It was one of those things where they were fined like $1 million a day until they complied to finally get birth control on the company.
Really?
insurance.
Yeah. Fuck
And,
that.
and I can't remember what happened. I want to say they won. So if you have Hobby Lobby insurance, you can't get birth control.
Oh,
Which is
damn.
the craziest thing.
Hobby Lobby.
I want to know how easy is it to steal from there? And
Yeah.
I can actually give you all. I want to. I look.
You
at,
can give us all the nuclear
I
codes.
look at Yelp reviews
Mhm.
and are just like having just like, okay, so here's some fun tips about Hobby Lobby. I can tell you right now that is so we are a non I guess you don't pursue the whatever who's stealing. So you,
Non-pursue, yeah.
what you can do, you're not allowed to touch you. So what you can do is like pretty much, hey, I'm going to take this.
Just grab a 30-pack and run out the door.
Yeah, and just like, hey guys, like just so you know, I'm not going to pay for this, but I'm going to walk out the door. Try and stop me.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's not a cop standing
You're
right
all,
there.
you're all, I'm going to steal this wooden American flag that you hang on your wall that says
Well-
peace and love.
Remember the whale come sign?
Oh, gosh.
That was good.
I remember one of the years for the Christmas party, for the friend Christmas party, Billy just was like, he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy shit at work.
Yeah.
And so somebody got a wooden 6-gun toilet paper roll holder
Yeah,
Nice.
from Hobby Lobby.
from Hobby Lobby.
Nice.
And everybody's like, did you just buy this from Hobby Lobby?
And I got the whale cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That was
a
for
si-
Chris's birthday one year.
Yeah,
I have a picture.
So yeah,
with it.
it's a welcome sign,
Yeah.
but it says welcome. Because we us like
Yeah.
in our group, it's like, oh, that's just talking about like gallons of semen.
Gallons of semen. Well, and then but you will be fun to know. Somebody this year at the Christmas party brought a big 12, was it a 12 pack of toilet paper?
Oh no!
It was the biggest pack of toilet paper you can buy, and then oxygen, like you can, like it comes in a little bottle and it has the little.
Oh yeah.
And Lauren and Marty, that's what they got. And I was like, well, I mean, if we go lock back down, I mean, the toilet paper is a good idea. The oxygen, I guess, I don't know.
I was really tempted by that one. I was like, oh, that's
Smiley-
a lot of toilet paper. I wouldn't have to buy toilet paper for so
Right.
Also,
long.
Smiley, how much oxygen would you need to off what you saw, what they got for a gift? Could you get high off that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's probably like the size
Yeah.
of a.
You
What?
can get high off of oxygen because I still have Ian's like oxygen concentrator. The medical supply company just will not come pick it up. It's
Oh,
so
nice.
annoying. But
There's
can you
all-
get high off
They have oxygen bars. What do you think you do there?
Yeah.
that? Oh.
Well, I mean, it just gives you
I
like,
feel like I've wasted so much time not
yeah.
enjoying it.
It's like the scene from Fight Club. It's like
right.
you're euphoric, and
Yeah.
if you're crashing down, you need that oxygen.
Billy, even bigger question. Did you see the white car that's out there?
The white car?
Yeah. Out in
not
front?
Chris's car. The
Not
other
my car.
Oh, that's Smiley's car.
That's
Smiley
Smiley's
is
car.
driving a car.
That's why
Wow.
when we pulled in and I was like, oh shit.
I never
Smiley
thought
beat
I'd
me
see the
here.
day.
Right.
Actually, you know what? I actually do remember him driving, and I do
Really?
remember him doing what happened, seeing what happened, and then never seeing a car, him behind the wheel again.
Oh my gosh.
Well, congratulations, Smiley.
I
Hey, thank you.
rode in a car with him one day.
Yeah,
He gave me a ride one day.
I did.
Yeah. I was like, this is so fucking weird.
Chris had it on tape. He's like, and this
And
is it.
I'm like filming it, and then like someone's like, "Are you guys listening to Tattoo?" I was like,
They're not gonna get us.
and we were. He
Yeah.
was-
Why does that make so much sense?
You're gonna ride in my car. You're gonna listen to my music.
It's like some bizarro world where like Smiley's driving, and Holly's a mom.
right. Yeah,
You guys got to meet Ian this weekend.
we did. Yeah, guy's little.
He's
He's a little guy. I mean, he's a baby.
Huge now, though, like compared
Yeah.
to when he was born. So, like, everybody always tells me, like, oh, he's so small for 6 months. And I'm like, he's fucking huge to me.
Well, he's just a bit. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I couldn't fight him at this point.
Yeah,
he's
no,
too small.
I mean, I don't know. He's pretty strong.
We'll see. We'll see.
I have this one thing about babies where like I'm gonna give you all you need. I'm gonna give you all this food. I'm gonna put this ball in your mouth. But oh, you don't want the ball anymore? That's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bounce you around to entertain you. And there's one thing that what happens after that?
They
throw
throw
up
up.
all over you.
Yeah.
so I
So
have this-
I have to tell you that like we were at like a party for Billy and Shelby, and I was like, I need to go outside. And I just hand Billy my baby, which there are very few people that I would just hand my baby to. And I'm pretty sure most of them are sitting in here. And I have to say, something surprised me. Who knew Billy Belmont was so good with babies?
What babies?
He was just like, hand me the baby. And he fell asleep. He was happy. He threw up on you and you didn't even get mad.
I know. I just like he's all wee. And he kept like jumping it up in the air.
I was
and
like,
then
what you doing there,
As
baby?
he's going up, I see the puke just come
Oh,
right out. And I was
yeah.
like, that baby just barfed all over you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That
oh my
happens.
god. I was like,
Yeah, I
"Ugh."
think I would hand my baby to any person sitting in this room right now.
What you doing, little baby? You throwing me, little baby?
What you doing, baby? You want to fight? You want to go?
Except
go?
for I feel like Chris would be like, no, thank you.
You damn right I would.
Chris is like, bring him to me when he's 5.
That's like when he wants to. Okay, you guys can hold the baby now, and then get that out of the way, and then when he's about like 3 or 4, then we'll do the wrestling.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'll wrestle with them around.
I think he'll be all about it.
So when I was a little boy,
I'm more about like when they get old enough to like, they need to hold your hand when they cross the street.
Mm,
That's the age I
Aw.
excel at.
okay,
You were really good with Danny.
My
There you
To
go.
the point
that
where
age.
we were at this party and she was like, "Is James gonna be there? Because Uncle Chris is gonna be there."
yeah, that was funny.
And I was like, "I don't know." But so we get there, and when Chris came in, he was wearing a suit.
Don't tell people stories.
I have to because it's hilarious and adorable.
You do fix up well.
You
Right?
Yeah.
do, to the point where Danny, who was so excited to see Uncle Chris, so excited. I said, "Did you say hi to Uncle Chris?" She goes, "Where is he?" And I
No.
was like, "He's right there."
The best part was like, I walk in and like you're talking to me and then you leave and she's like sitting there and she's just kind of like staring at me. And I was like, and then I was like, "Are you ready for Saturday?" And she's like, "Maybe." And I was like, "Oh no," she goes,
Maybe.
"I don't know what's Saturday." I was like, "It's Christmas." And she goes, "Oh." Or no, she goes, "Ee,"
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And then I was like, "Have you been good?" And she was like, "Maybe." And then I was like, "Well, I'll ask Holly." And then she goes, "How do you know her name?"
How do you know her name?
And I was like, "Because she looks like a Holly." So I think she thought I was like Santa Claus
Yeah.
at first or something.
Well, and my favorite was then you come down like in your regular clothes, and
You
she
know.
goes, "Oh, there he is."
You know, like if Santa Claus wear, you know how Santa Claus when he's not wearing the red suit, he's
Yeah.
wearing like a suit with a tie.
Probably, yeah.
Santa
She
Claus.
thought you were a Santa spy.
Pretty much, you look like Santa Claus in like Succession.
Santa's down from the corporate office to check everything out. He's like, know, he's like, I talked to Murray, and Murray told me to talk to you guys. He's like,
Oh my god! So
I'd fire everyone here.
Speaking of Santa, I have to tell you guys what happened this weekend, over Christmas. So we have, we have a blended family. We co-parent. This was not our Christmas.
Wait a minute, is that the term now?
Co-parent?
No, like blended, the
yeah,
blended thing.
blended family.
Okay.
So this is not our Christmas because we switch off every year.
Oh.
And so we were like, "Oh, well, Santa's going to make like a special trip to our house." And Danny is so smart that she was like, "That doesn't make sense." So you're going to tell me that he's going to come to our house and then the next night he's going to go to everybody's house. He's going to be so tired. So we were like, "Well, no, it's not going to actually be him. It's going to be like a special elf that we're going to send down." We had to come up with a whole backstory. We're like, "Do you want crap or not?" Like,
They're saying in the chat that I was undercover boss Santa.
yeah, maybe that's what she thought.
That would be amazing.
We should just tell her that you work for Santa.
Actually, Elf Neil, I am not a new guy here. I'm Santa Claus.
I had a coworker whose families would not budge
Mhm.
as far as like the time between like the couple and their kid.
No,
So
yeah.
basically, they would go to like the Heyman's reservation in the morning, and then like, okay, so now we have to go all the way to freaking Moriarty
Oh
and
my
like spend
God.
every holiday.
Oh.
I'm talking
Another
like
beer.
Easter, freaking Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Ugh, that's a pain in the ass.
There's no like compromise. Like, okay, you get Thanksgiving, or like we'll get no. It had to be split 50-50.
You know who didn't get Christmas? The Notorious B.I.G. Christmas always missed him.
Oh yeah. No, so the way we do it is like if we have Thanksgiving, then she gets Christmas, and then next year she'll have her for Thanksgiving, and this year we'll
All
have
right.
Christmas.
Which is a better holiday, Thanksgiving or Christmas?
I mean, do you want the cheesy mom answer? Because
Well-
the cheesy mom answer is like any holiday I have my kid.
Oh,
But I would say on
Holly, we talked about this and how like all these like YouTube video vlog moms are just bullshit.
I
the whole
know.
time.
No,
no,
no.
if you want the real mom answer
Yeah.
though, I would rather have her for Thanksgiving
yeah.
because there's a lot less pressure on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I go to other people's houses, they cook. I don't have to stay up till 3 a.m. to like make sure everything is perfect for her when she wakes up in the morning. So we like it when we have her for Thanksgiving because
They're saying-
then
They're saying in
Yeah.
the chat Christmas is better because there's no Thanksgiving lights or songs
Mm.
or movies. And I'm like,
yeah, but we get to chill. Like I get more quality
Right.
time with her on those days.
Yeah.
Honestly.
and I'm like, do we, like, I
Like
don't
she opens her toys and then she wants nothing to do with me.
I felt like this year, and I could be wrong, that that Christmas was a little like lighter. Like
It
there
was
wasn't.
crazy. It
Really?
was like no, I mean like
I mean, out and about. Like there was less Christmas lights. There was less.
Yeah, there were. I feel like everybody was just kind of like meh.
I
Like
didn't-
our family literally was like the kids are the only ones getting presents and we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
My parents just handed me cash and went, "Here you go."
nice.
And I was like, "Cool." I
Nice.
braved 3 stores through COVID to find all your stuff. Cool.
Thank you.
I didn't know I just had to hand you like a wad of cash.
I mean, we had a light Christmas, so
Would be so funny because my brother actually had this commentary about the gift he got. He got so we do gift cards because
Yeah.
obviously it's for live off gift cards now. Like
Yeah.
get what you want. So he hands them a card, like $100 gift card to my
Mhm.
mom. My mom hands him the exact same gift card back to him.
That is hilarious. That is fucking hilarious.
so I've reached the age where my dad was in the hospital until like Christmas Eve and maybe the day before. And so I was like, you don't have to get us anything. We just want to
Yeah.
go see you. Well, my stepmom got us towels, and it's a running joke in our family, and she had no idea. So when I was a kid, my aunt and uncle would every year give my parents as a joint gift one bath towel, one hand towel,
Oh, wow.
and one washcloth
See, I would-
every year.
Dude, if I got bath towels this year, I'd have been ecstatic.
Oh,
yeah.
so my stepmom gives it to me and I open it and I laughed and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I was like, No. It's a running joke. But she got us the best bath towel set
Oh.
and not just one. It was like, enough for both Jason and I. And we were very excited. And I was like, you didn't have to get us anything. But it was just funny because it was like a running joke. I think I inherited all the mismatched towels. Like when
Mhm.
I moved out, my mom's like, "Here's all this mismatched crap your aunt and uncle gave us."
Oh yeah, well that's how it works, right? And then you
Yeah.
have like the weird blankets that like
Yeah.
you grew up with all of a sudden, and then you have the towels that have like bleach stains on them.
Right.
And then, but like I'll tell you this, like buying my house, I was like every time I go to like Target, I'm gonna buy a towel.
And then you forget.
No, I like
Oh,
I-
you just buy one every
Yeah.
time you go.
yeah, same color. Like I just buy the same color towel every time.
That's the way to
And,
do
uh,
it.
And so like I'm an adult now. I need towels if someone comes over and they need
Yeah.
to,
Oh, yeah.
they stay over, they need a towel, and then I'll have the place where you put the towels, So like if someone was like, "Hey Chris, I bought you a set of towels," like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
someone would say, "Hey Chris, I bought you a set of towels," I'd be like, "Cool, thanks."
Oh my
now
gosh.
I'd be like, oh, "That's amazing, thank you."
I know.
So
We were
thoughtful.
so excited. And then my stepmom went a step further and she was like, "Hey, the key to soft towels is
Mhm.
to not use fabric
That's
softener."
correct, yeah.
And so we were like, "Really?"
Uh-huh.
We tried it. Holy shit, life changing.
Mhm.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas,
I
everybody.
remember my dad was like, "I really like these towels at the hotel. They're really soft." And my mom's like, "Because they don't use fabric softener." She got all mad.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, "You shouldn't do that either." And like, oh man, that was like not a thing, not a thing you should have said, Mike.
Don't insult a mom's
No.
laundry doing.
No.
We
I-
take
I-
it very
I
seriously.
can imagine that fight too.
Yeah, right. That's one of those things. But like, I just felt like I even drove down, like I drove down to Alamogordo and I noticed there was less Trump signs this
Yeah.
year. So that's
Okay.
nice.
That's good.
That's real
That's
nice.
an improvement.
But like there was like hardly any like Christmas lights anywhere, and I was just like, wow. But
I
it was
guess
fine.
I guess us libtards are winning the war on Christmas.
Ooh,
finally.
hot take. I love it.
So oh god, like we're on the front lines, and this is the future we want. Really.
So I got in a really big fight with Barbara across the street.
What?
No.
Oh no,
And
hold on.
She called me a libtard the other day.
Fuck yeah.
And we got in a big fight because she was like, "Oh, you're not putting Christmas lights on your house? The magic for Christmas is it gonna be?" And I was like, "Well,
You should have put Christmas dick lights
I
outside.
know, right? I was like, "Well, nothing beats your Trump sign or something like that." And she goes, "You're a fucking libtard retard." Literally said that. I'm
Oh.
quoting her. And then was like, I don't know. Anyway, all the while she's burning garbage in her backyard.
Y'all better not be burning garbage over there.
Y'all better not be burn no trash
over
over there.
She's all, "Bring your dirty
Cheers,
baby
lad."
diapers over here. I'll burn them up." Oh my God. She's,
You know the
I
secret to
hate
starting a
her.
fire? Dirty baby diaper. Light it
So-
right up.
So my favorite thing is I was wearing my tendering minimum
Oh,
hoodie.
gosh. Yeah.
And she was like, "I mean, all you libtards, all you do is drink and raise your kids.
What the fuck?
And I was like, okay,
Has she
first
been-
of all, this is a show. Also, have you never raised kids? Like,
And has she ever been to the
shut
South?
up, Barbara.
Has she ever been to the South? Like, a fucking Dale Jr. drove the Budweiser car around Oval for several hours.
I'm like, I'm sponsored by them. All right. I don't even drink while
Right,
I
right.
hold a beer in my hand. Like, I don't give a shit. My kids are fine. They're alive. You guys saw them. They're fine.
I just like that all you liberals do is drink. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, that's a new one to me.
You should have said drink fine cocktails. That would have lit her off,
I'm just going to start standing in front of my house with a martini glass,
we're-
flipping her off.
We're
or
not
give her a gift. Like
Oh, man.
give her like a poster.
I am
of-
so nice to Barbara, to be honest with you.
I wanna hear-
am so nice to her, and she is an asshole.
I think we should do
I'm like,
Barbara
even
updates.
your cat hates you, Barbara.
Oh man, that's
She feeds her cat Schwann's shrimp
what?
every day.
Oh my god, that's
And
fancy.
He goes, he eats his shrimp, and then he comes to my house because I give
Oh.
him pets. All right. Even her cat hates her.
nasty.
Oh, wow.
Fucking nasty.
But I mean, so one of the guys in the chat is actually he works for Swans.
Oh.
So I'd like to hear about the Swan shrimp.
Schwann
you know?
shrimp. How much is she paying? If
Yeah.
she's feeding him shrimp every day, like how much money is that?
I don't know. That sounds like a lot.
oh, I fuck the Schwans, man. Like hands down, like without a question.
What? Wait, you'd fuck the Schwans, man?
Is that what you said? That's what I
And
heard.
also,
My
is that,
headphones are
is
fucking
that
up, so-
Ross?
Yeah.
So Ross, they have these ice cream bars that were like orange and pink swirled with white. If you could give me some of those, I would
What-
pay good money.
What happened to those ones, the orange push pop thing up that were
They
like,
still have them.
and like I remember as a kid, I
They
loved.
taste better now, though.
Oh, really?
And
So
they're easier to push up.
I mean, as a kid, I loved them, but then you'd have like that fifth one in a day,
Yeah,
and you'd be like, ugh.
I'm dying.
All I'm saying is I love Schwann's trucks.
Yeah.
My dad would go there because normally you put in an order and they deliver it to your house. But you can actually find a Schwann's guy just hanging out, like
Really?
eating lunch, and just be like, "What you got?" It's like,
Yeah,
"So-
yeah.
well, let me tell you what I got."
They're not hanging out outside of Walmart waiting for you to walk
And
in.
then there I am, just yeah. What do you got in your
What-
freaking?
Come
Truck-
on, Ross. How much is Barbara shelling out for her
yeah,
cat
how much?
to eat
How much
shrimp
is the shrimp?
for him to hate her?
Right.
I love it. And then one of our cats, we can't keep her in the house. Like,
Oh,
and she and her cat, Fat Cat, that's what she named him, Fat
that
Cat.
sounds like a bad cartoon
Right.
rip off of Garfield.
And Fat Cat and our cat look kind of similar, and our cat stole Fat Cat's shrimp.
Mhm.
But we think they're working together. I think Fat Cat's like, I don't even want to go in there anymore, bro.
Ross says, "Yeah, if I have it, I'll sell it to you."
Nice.
Is it, okay,
Yeah.
so that's her cat then, like just but
Yeah.
it's a outdoor cat.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, okay.
That's
so
something you don't see in DC.
he
Outdoor
decided not.
cats?
No, not at all.
He decided not to associate with Barbara anymore. I think he's liberal and he hates living there. Is what
you
I
think the cat is
happens.
liberal?
Yeah.
Most of them are.
I would-
That's why
yeah.
he's letting our cat go eat his shrimp. He's socialist.
I would say that I have seen maybe one stray cat or like just an outdoor cat in DC like one time. And I don't know why, but when I got back to Albuquerque, it just seems everyone prides themselves on the neighborhood cats
Yes.
because Shelby's grandfather
I have 'em, yeah.
just like his job now is to like feed the neighborhood cat, and for like a gift card for Christmas, homeboy just bought a like heated mattress for the cat on the porch.
Really?
Yeah, right?
I saw this thing on Imager where people were buying those big plastic tubs with like a lid that you can store stuff in,
Mhm.
and then they would like put a blanket in it and cut a hole on it and then have the lid on it and then sit it outside in the winter for the stray cats. And I was like, I mean, you're right. Like it's all of a sudden become this like thing where it's like, how do we take care of all these cats in the neighborhood? It's like, and I have 3 and I don't feed them because I want them to eat all the mice, but I watch them from my cameras. I'm like that guy in the movie.
But it seems like you have a good
Mm.
program to where like you can report these cats and they
Yeah.
come and like tranquilize them or something.
they trap them. I found this out. They trap them, take them and get them fixed, and then bring them
Yeah.
back to the exact same
And
area.
they cut an ear. So
and they,
you know.
they chop one of their ears,
So
so-
you know.
so they've been fixed.
Mm.
and then they bring them back to the exact same place, drop them off,
Yeah.
and then leave them.
Yeah.
And you know,
So our cat that
so what
lives
happened to my
outside,
cat?
probably.
does your cat have
Wow.
a chopped off ear?
Yeah, I just thought he got in another fight. He's always getting in fights.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, that's what
You're
happened.
talking about Alfred? Is Alfred still alive?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Of course he is. I mean, he's missing part of his ear now, but I didn't realize it's.
So
Did all of a sudden it get fixed?
I don't know.
does he have balls?
How am I supposed to check that?
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
know.
he's got a lot of fur.
you
I mean,
will now, I guess. So
Gross. Holly, he's not just gonna look at his junk like that.
Yeah.
Gross.
Whoa.
I don't know. You know,
God, it's 2021.
This Kurt Fletcher said Hitler had a cat.
Hitler did have a cat. Thank
Mm.
you, Kurt. I hope you're at the open mic. No, he's not supposed to be there yet.
Oh
It's fine.
God, Holly, be more trauma
Uh,
informed.
So, so our cat that's like a outdoor cat, Danny found her and she had kittens, and the cat would let Danny pick up her kittens, which is weird for a feral cat. So we're like, yeah, we're totally gonna bring this cat inside our house. That was the worst decision I ever made. That cat is fucking psycho.
Oh wow.
So now we figured out she does better outside. Like we feed her, she has a place to sleep, she's fine. But our neighbor, not Barbara, because Barbara doesn't give a shit about anything. But
We need Barbara updates all
we
the
do
time on
all
the show.
the time.
I'm gonna
She's
create a thing about Barbara update.
Dun, 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 dun,
So,
dun, dun, dun,
okay,
dun.
do you want to
Wow,
hear?
Barbara updates for 2000 or like
Where's Barbara?
where's Barbara? January 8th, 2022.
So do you know how stupid? So she has like a son-in-law. I don't know his name, but he makes like wood things. I don't know,
with a chainsaw.
like wood furniture or
Oh.
something.
I was
and-
like, he's whittling.
yeah, he makes like wood furniture, and then he like
he's all chop chop. Well, storms are coming.
he's like burning, like he burns like the furniture to make it look good.
Oh,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
other day
With a
he
torch?
set a
Yeah.
whole chair on fire,
Oh man.
and
Oh,
I
I love him
literally
already.
watched him just be scared of it.
Someone
and
in the chat said Barbara R.
I'm not going to answer that. I actually don't know.
Oh
what
my
her
gosh.
last name
Is that the Schwanz guy? Oh, that'd be so amazing if it
Yeah.
was. It's like,
Oh, I knew the
Don't
shrimp lady.
tell her that I said anything.
fucking nasty.
Tell me what road
Oh my God,
she
it's
lives
the
on.
same Barbara, huh?
It's the same Barbara, nah.
Tell me what road she lives on,
Oh man.
and we won't post it up here just to know if it's the same. Because if it's Barbara R, now I have,
Now she can
a
be
last
like,
initial.
You got
But
to
also, you're sworn to secrecy,
Yeah.
Ross. You're not allowed to like.
you got like an invoice. You're all well. She actually spends this much every month.
Nasty.
She eats a lot of them orange push pops and them little pizzas.
No, I think she just buys shrimp for her stupid cat.
Oh man.
Actually, I
Oop.
love her cat. I'm very glad that her cat hangs out with us.
Oh wow. He says Boss said
DM
to
him. DM him.
For what? The
I want to know what road she lives on.
all right.
Oh my god.
I want to know if it's actually her because this could be a whole
This-
other
this-
layer
This is a whole
of
drama.
fuckery.
Yeah.
Because she makes my life terrible sometimes.
What's gonna happen is like some shit's gonna go down, and say there's like possible litigation. They're going to this
Yeah.
episode. You just hear my voice. Nasty.
I'm all fucking orange pops, nah. That's the sound it makes when they pop out.
Oh my God. That's great.
Those they were like orange sherbet, or how do you say it? It's called sherbet.
Shibbit.
Are you not talking about like the Flintstone pops? Right?
No, hold on.
The
Oh,
Schwanz
maybe
pop-
that's what he wanted you to.
And also, like I said, like Schwanz has been around since
Yeah.
I was a little kid.
That dirty orange motherfucker. Like there it is. That thing. This you can hear it go out of the tube. You know.
I can smell that picture.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what her last name is.
Yeah.
That's why I was curious, Ross.
yeah. I can't remember at the moment. Okay. He doesn't remember.
Is it in Rio Rancho though?
Yeah. Also, I have a newfound respect for your Rio Rancho life.
Yeah.
Chris?
Not in a good way,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
feel your pain now. Like
Uh-huh.
if you're late, I get it. Because Jesus
Yeah.
Christ,
It's
like
fucking nuts.
I went
right?
out to a funeral the other day and then to Shelby's birthday party, and I mean we just drove forever.
Yes.
And I know it's not compared to like people are like, I live in fucking Atlanta.
Yeah,
You
no,
really do,
but-
or where Dallas, you know?
No,
but
but
it's like-
it's far.
And it's like, and we're driving, and I'm like, Chick-fil-A, CVS, Walgreens, Wendy's, another Walgreens, Starbucks. I'm like, Jesus.
We were Shelby's mom lives by Cottonwood Mall,
Mm.
so we just saw.
I think that's
the-
being
the-
nice to
the-
say she lives that close.
the winner loser of the CVS Walgreens war is apparent on I guess I can't remember the street, but it's on Coors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where like there's definitely a war
Oh,
between
yeah.
CVS and Walgreens, and CVS lost because it was closed
Yeah.
down because it's
Oh.
So CVS always puts a CVS
Mhm.
right next to a Walgreens, and in Rio Rancho, it's literally like right across the street. And in Nextdoor, which I always talk about on here too, is the Nextdoor app in Rio Rancho. We talk about coyotes
You know, it's over
and
by the
whether-
CVS. Which
and-
one?
and whether Walgreens or CVS has shorter lines. That's literally all we talk about on Nextdoor.
Well, when you go to Vegas, not New Mexico, Nevada.
Right.
So you're down on the strip, right? Every single block has a casino with either a CVS or a Walgreens. They alternate blocks. So every single block has a CVS or a Walgreens on the strip in Vegas now. I was blown away by it. And you go in and pay like $7 for a water.
Oh yeah.
Like, fuck.
CVS has won DC.
Oh.
We have one Walgreens among maybe like for every Walgreens there's probably about 5 or 6 CVS's.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's funny because the Washington Nationals, the baseball team we
Right.
have there, it looks like a Walgreens
Logo,
yeah.
Walgreens is like, hell yeah. I'm sure they play off that. It's like, where were you for the great Walgreens CVS war of 2021? In the year of our Lord 2021, Walgreens set off a nuclear explosion to kill CVS.
oh my god.
That would be amazing, right?
We hate them because we hate
The
CVS.
receipts, because of the big receipt.
No,
Oh.
one because of big receipts, and two because they don't sell cigarettes, and we
Oh.
feel that's just
Oh. I
That's
just-
tyranny.
yes.
Well,
tyranny.
so-
Oh my god! Like, how
so
dare you?
I go to CVS if I know I'm gonna drink a lot because
Yeah.
they have the better snacks in
They
Rio
do
Rancho.
have good snacks at CVS.
They have good snacks.
They have those little like pretzel things where it's like a little square and then it
Oh,
has
yeah.
a wad of peanut butter
Mhm.
inside of the pretzel
Mhm.
square.
Mm.
I love those. The pretzel nugget.
pretzel nuggets.
Yeah, those things are amazing.
And I'm just like, we went to get some rapid tests the other day,
Mm.
and it was one of those we walked because I've lived in DC for 2 years. Never because Chris, what do we have near us? Like, there's no Walgreens or CVS near us when we lived on Rosemont.
Fuck no.
So it's new
Old
to
Town.
me. It's
Old
new,
Town,
it's
yeah.
new to me to walk into these places, and so I walk in because in DC they're everywhere. So you go there for just whatever.
Mhm.
Like we need band-aids or like a toenail clipper. We'll go to fucking CVS, and they're so
You need a-
cramped.
you need a
so,
long receipt.
So cramped there. And I walk into this freaking Walgreens the other day, and like, oh my god, this is like a freaking Walmart, pretty much.
Walgreens,
Huge.
and then they have just Walgreens has really good snacks that they make or that they brand. I don't know if they make
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I mean, some kid in China packs them into a bag and they put their name on it. But
Oh,
It's where I go for my candy.
yeah.
Christmas morning, I walked into a Circle K,
Oh
Mm.
God.
and it was like the best experience of my life.
Really?
And I was like, oh my
Really?
god, like 4 different flavors of coffee,
Oh,
every
yeah, yeah.
snack,
Mm.
everything you would ever like, like 4 different hot dogs.
The grungiest people in the parking lot.
No, it was
Really?
it wasn't like in the West Side.
Oh, they don't allow those people anywhere on the west side.
And so I'm talking about like when you go out of my apartment in DC, there is a probably like 100 square foot 7-Eleven that we go to. Imagine that, just like going in and you cannot like move around people, especially with COVID going on. It was such a weird thing.
I'm pointing at Shelby.
I
in the
know.
background.
But
That's what-
I walked into like a Circle K, which I love Circle K's, and it was like pretty much like a mall to me. Like we went to Cottonwood Mall. Holy smokes! You don't get that. You don't get that.
in
I guess,
DC.
space.
Yeah.
It's all about space.
it's weird that you like the Circle K because like Circle K's in Albuquerque are just the grungiest, nastiest shitholes.
Oh, I love them.
Not that
Yeah.
one on the west side.
No?
That one's pretty nice.
No. I'm talking even one on fucking Broadway
Mm.
and Lomas.
Oh Jesus Christ, that one's bad.
That one.
I'll go there like
That
and
one
just-
scared me a little.
I would walk there for a
Why
hot
does
dog.
it scare you? I used to buy wine there.
At the Broadway, I mean,
You can't buy alcohol there.
Oh, that's not the one I'm thinking. of.
no. The worst one is University and Manal.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty bad. You know what I found at
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. Brings me so much
Yeah.
memories.
you know, and my favorite one is like I was at the one on University in Manal, and this guy walks up and he's all, "Hey man, can you give me a ride to my car? It's just down the road a little ways." And I'm like, what? Why would your car just be down the road a little ways? Just parked.
He was gonna carjack you.
Oh, absolutely. Or my other favorite is you'll drive up and they'll have the hood up and they'll be all, "I'm out of gas. Can I get some money?" And I'm like, why is your hood up if you're out of gas? Like that's not where the gas goes. Like, do you not know cars at all?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And like people like me would fall for it.
Yeah.
But actually I would not fall for it.
Yeah. We're at the end of the first hour. Does anybody have any? We're gonna take a little bit of a break, but does anybody have anything to promote? Holly Ann probably
I
does.
do.
right.
Here in about an hour, you can come to my open mic at Founders, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think are you going to be there, Billy?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
We'll
I'll
probably
be-
go for a little
I'll-
bit.
yeah, I'll be downtown for.
We're gonna bounce there, and we'll probably bounce over.
It's
to
actually
Anodyne.
it's my last night in Albuquerque,
Yeah.
so this time tomorrow I'll be snug back with my cat and getting eating
sweet Zuzu.
7-Eleven hot dogs and just
The
watching.
good life.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, the crazy thing, the big thing about traveling, the best advice I can give to anyone traveling is always take the day off
Yeah,
After.
after.
yeah. So you can recover.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to promote, Smiley?
Oh, also the password
Oh.
tonight. Sorry. The password tonight for Founders is you just have to name any of the Spice Girls. So,
Do you have anything, Smiley?
I do not.
Billy?
I don't have anything to promote. I don't know. I've been really on this kick of like, I don't know if it's just like new age bullshit, but just affirmations and stuff. And just like where the universe is going to take me. And
It's
I
gonna
would
take
say,
you out drinking, man. That's what
and
you're taking.
if anything I had to add to this is just like, fucking just,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know what I'm
Shut
trying
the
to say.
how about shut the fuck up? I guess I went out drinking with Kalen, who's sitting behind Smiley over here.
I love
You can't
Kale.
see him, but he's back there. I went out drinking with him last night, and I think I got home at like fucking what the dude. I'll tell the story. I'll tell this story. I'll tease it for the second hour. Like the weirdest thing happened to not weird in a bad way, weird in a good way, happened to us as we're like going home.
Oh.
And then Kale ended up calling me, like, and he's like, "How weird was that?" I was like, "Right?" I was like, "That's some crazy shit, right?" It wasn't crazy. It was like really interesting, but it was like cool at the same
my
point.
favorite was my phone goes to do not disturb at a certain time, and I don't know how to change it. I don't know what.
I stopped talking to a girl that I was dating because it would do that, and it offended me.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I'm working on it. So like, I got this picture from Chris late last night, and I was
shit.
probably
Oh,
already
shit.
asleep.
Don't say what the picture had, and we'll talk
I
about.
won't.
We'll
I
talk
won't
about that
say anything. But
because it was cracking Kale and I up. We were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I literally got a picture of Kale,
Yeah.
and like in my mind, I was like,
Why am I looking at this?
"Why did Chris send me a picture of Kale?
But
Like
it
I
wasn't.
love Kale.
I was
Hi,
taking.
Kale."
I was taking the picture of Kale so I could get the person
Yeah.
in the background. Yeah.
But I woke up this morning just like, "Oh, hi, Kale."
This is interesting. I
Like-
want to hear this.
Yeah, we'll tell it. We'll tell some stories from last night because like I was just like, I'm coming back from being in Alamogordo for 2 days, and I'm like, let's go out, and then fucking we were out till like 1:30 in the morning.
I appreciate Chris because he
Yeah.
knows that I live vicariously through
Yeah.
him. So
And-
he
yeah.
sends me things like
Yeah.
all the time.
and I'll talk about that in the second hour. You can check out our show most Sundays. Of course, it's not Sunday today, but
Today is Monday.
You can, what the frig?
In case you're confused, like
Yeah.
I was earlier,
Mm,
if you're a mom dealing with Christmas break, today is Monday.
But we definitely do the show on Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. check us out. We have a YouTube channel. Billy, what should they do on our YouTube channel?
I don't know.
You always say it. Smash that like and
Oh,
subscribe.
okay. Hey guys, it's your boy Billy Belmont. Be sure if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do, I guess,
Nice.
on YouTube now.
We're definitely going to go out drinking tonight. You should as well. But always remember,
Never get too drunk to jerk 10drinkminimum.com.
Cold War. It's cost me by on the way to some place new. As you lay your hand just where it falls, leave the light switch on. As you switch on, speed by on the way to some place switch on. Light switch on, speed by on the way to some place switch on. Light switch on, speed by switch on the way to some place switch on. To find things I'm never supposed to see, try to resist desires inherent to forgiveness. You find yourself giving in, try to resist. Try to switch off, switch off, switch off, light switch off. Try to switch off, switch off, switch off, light switch off. Try to switch off, switch off, light switch off. Boys feel right at home, throw some coffee on the stove. Wash your hands on the face, boy, you can't say grace with a mouth full of skull. Lord, he knows I'm cheating. Everybody is down to the town, and I'm calling around to see that feels like a steal thing, don't kill my soul.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, we are live. We are back. It is the Billy/Wavy Hour.
I actually gave the name Wavy Hour back in the day
You did?
because
Yes,
you know
you did.
we had a few beers and now we
Yeah.
can just be unhinged.
But now we
Talking
call
about
it
whatever.
the Billy Hour because we miss you all the time.
Yeah. So I teased a couple things before we went to the break. So Kale and I were downtown last night, and we didn't really plan anything. So we went to like Founders, and we were hanging out for a little while. Then we went to Anodyne, and we hung out for a while, and then we went back to Founders. But like the theme through the evening was like people who've never been to a fucking bar
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So the first one was at Anodyne. We're sitting there, and these 5 women walk up, very young, probably like 21-ish, maybe 22. And the guy is like, "Yeah, if you put a card down, you have to spend at least $20,
Yeah.
or you have to pay cash." And she's like, "Well, what if I want another drink?" And he goes, "Well, then you come and order it, and I put it on the tab."
Right.
And then she goes, "Well, what if I don't want another drink?" And he's like, "Well, then you pay cash."
I'm going to tell you right now, collectively, every bartender ever is like, ugh.
So then
Yeah.
So then I send you a picture. I send you this picture because Kale and I are at Founders late at night.
Can I tell it from my perspective before you get into it? So I'm a mom and I go to bed really early, and my phone does this thing where if it notices that I stop doing activity, it goes into do not disturb and nothing rings. So I wake up this morning and just have a picture of Kale. And Chris sent a text with it that's like, when you go to the bar, hold on, let me look it up, because out of context, without knowing what's going on, I just have a picture of Kale, and it says, when you go out on the town and you're barely old enough to hang at the bar. So it took me hours. I was like, how old is Kale? And then I was like, is Chris just trying to be like,
yeah,
here's Kale? I was like, I miss you too. And then I look in the background and I finally got it. But it took me so long because I was just like, hi, Kale. Did you just turn 21?
No.
I didn't know that.
So the whole thing is I'm trying to do the thing where I'm taking the picture of Kale so I can get the person. in the
right.
background. So there's this young woman, and she has on a flannel kind of shirt, and on the back of the shirt is almost the entire back is a patch of a Mickey Mouse's head.
Yeah.
Like it is the large, like it's an awful like choice, first of all, but like I'm like,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm like
Disney adults, we call them now.
Oh, is
and
there
I'm
a
like,
name for it?
and I'm like, nothing says check my ID like the large
Oh, I know.
like Mickey Mouse
well, so I'm
thing
looking
on the back
at
of my
the picture
shirt.
because I know Chris had to mean
Yeah.
something other than Kale. I was like, what is it? And then
Decipher.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse. I'm like, who the fuck wears that to a bar?
right. And like the whole time
I
I'm
have
just like,
kids and I don't wear shit.
I keep
like
looking
that.
at it like next like it reminds me of back in the day when people would wear like the big Tasmanian devil or
Oh
like
my god.
Oh,
Tweety
yeah,
bird.
Elmer Fudd and like in like urban gear.
Yeah, like baggy pants.
Baggy
like
pants, yeah.
Taz
Yeah.
leaning his back against Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah.
That's just actually, I would wear that now.
You know that
Zoomers would love that shit.
you know if you go on Swap Shop on Netflix, someone's gonna find that and be like, oh my god, this is from the early 90s. This is worth a lot of money
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
I would start like a freaking
Yeah.
shop like that where it's just like Jinko jeans and like Taz and Tweety.
Yeah.
Tweety wearing like the sunglasses
Yeah.
and the
And
Zoomer.
baggy jeans.
And the Zoomers would be like, oh my god, that's so freaking
That's
like
so-
That's so vintage.
that's so aesthetic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need that now.
So I have a younger step sibling who I love so much, and one time he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy these whatever, like it was some clothing that we all would have been like, you could have got that at Walmart in the
Fubu?
90s. I don't even know. It had like Looney Tunes on it and stuff. Anyway,
Faded Glory.
and I was like, right, it was Faded Glory, and he was literally just like, this is so cool, it's so vintage. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, way to make me feel old,
Right.
asshole.
Well, I got to give. I love the Zoomers so much to where like they would get like a faded Walmart like a button up from the '90s that somebody was like obviously throwing away.
Yeah,
Like pretty much pulled it out of like a dumpster. It's like
sure.
this is like Tumblr girls. Like no, actually, I wouldn't say Tumblr girls. That's like millennials. But like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking wear this and listen to fucking Billie Eilish. or
Well,
whatever.
one time my sibling, he gave me a hug and I was like, you smell weird. What is going on? Because I'm that sibling that's like, I'm older than you. I don't want you going out in public smelling like garbage. I was like, why do you smell like garbage? And he literally said,
Oh.
I got this out of a dumpster.
Oh, no way. He really did. Well, the thing that trips me
And I
out,
was like, okay, cool. Maybe wash it. You're
right?
disgusting.
Yeah, there's a washing machine. The thing that trips me out is the Champion gear.
Oh my God,
Huh.
right?
And it's like, I saw someone wearing that and everybody was like,
Have you seen how much they are though?
Oh, yeah.
Because my sibling asked for
Mhm.
Champion stuff.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's easy.
Well,
It's like $5.99.
never,
No,
never,
it's like $100
Oh, yeah.
now.
never have I seen a brand go in reverse.
Oh,
It'll be like, I don't know.
or Fila.
What was
all
like,
of a sudden Fila is
Yeah.
like huge.
what
too.
was like a brand that was big in like the 90s, like Lucky Brand jeans.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like huge, and then all of a sudden you'll see them at Walmart, like in the and they probably make more money selling shit.
Massimo.
Yeah, Massimo. And then like
They're at
Champion,
Target now.
Champion
Or
is like
they
the
were.
opposite. Champion was like the shit like your parents got you, and you were like
Yeah.
afraid to wear to school because
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
would think you're poor,
Yeah.
and like you would. It was like fastback shoes from Payless.
Yeah.
Like it makes me sad that like poor kids don't have Payless nowadays. Like what
No.
do poor kids do for shoes now?
I'm gonna tell
Sandals.
you. Yesterday we bought Ian his first pair of like tennis shoes,
Mhm.
and Walmart had some that just look like Vans
Oh yeah,
shoes,
yeah.
and they're pretty damn close, but a fraction of the price. Because here's the deal: I'm not spending $70 for my baby to wear a pair of shoes for a month.
Right.
That's not a thing
No,
that's
no,
gonna
no.
happen.
Because they're gonna grow them so
But
quick.
Walmart literally has the best knockoffs. So we got him a pair that look like Vans and a pair that look like Nikes.
Yeah. Well,
And
Oh,
they were $8 a
And
piece.
Ian's gonna be like, "What'd you buy me?"
much better.
Oh my god! Like,
I'm not wearing
really,
it.
I'm not wearing this, Mom. Like, well, you will not trust me.
He's
in
like,
this.
what is this bullshit?
But has any other brand ever gone reverse
No,
like
I
Champion
don't
like that?
think
That's
so.
never gone. Because I saw some kids
I
wearing
about fell over because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's an easy request.
And it's
I'll
not
get you
even-
some Champion stuff.
it, and it's not even like the sweatshirt with the little Champion thing.
no.
It's like the fucking biggest C, like on their chest.
I
and
was
it's-
like, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm not getting you that.
yeah.
We used to be ashamed of that.
Yeah.
Now you want me to spend $75 on a
Right.
fucking hoodie?
You
No,
know-
thank you.
You know what I want to see is like back when I was a kid, like you couldn't buy Jordans,
Mm.
Yeah.
so what you would buy was Shaqs
Oh,
from
yeah.
Walmart.
Did you hear the story behind that?
No,
So he was so here's the crazy story about that. I was reading this article about that. So he had this shoe contract with Reebok, and some kid's mom chewed him out, and she was like, it's a shame my kid cannot wear your shoes because we can't afford them. So when his shoe contract ran out with Reebok, he created his own company, kind of like Stefan Marbury, and they sold them in Walmart, and he's sold millions of shoes in Walmart.
that's what I would say. I want that like
Yeah.
Zoom with like, oh my god, you got the new, you
Yeah.
got the old. Somebody has a
Right.
vintage Shaqs. I would be that person.
So, into the epilogue to the story, guess who's one of the owners of Reebok now?
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal.
oh, sick.
Yep. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy? It's like the whole Lucille Ball thing where like she got fired from
watched that
RKO
movie.
Pictures. It was great. I think that movie's actually
So I think the thing
I like
that
that movie.
the only thing I was mad about that movie, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna get on my feminist soapbox now.
Uh-oh.
I think they didn't really point out how much of a badass Lucille Ball was because because here's the deal. They showed her going in meetings being fired. They showed her, but a
Mhm.
lot of it was like, oh, you're ruining your husband's ego, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Lucille Ball made her husband's career.
Oh, absolutely.
Lucille Ball was the very first woman to have her own production company.
With him, yeah.
Well, with him,
Yeah.
but still, that wouldn't have happened if it was just
Mhm.
him. Desi Arnaz
No.
never would have just
No.
gotten a production company.
No.
And I felt it was a great movie and I enjoyed it, but I felt like, can we like at least mention that like she changed everything for women?
So there's another movie about her that does do all that.
Good.
I was
And-
gonna say, I thought you were gonna say she had like laser beams out
No,
of her
no,
eyes.
no,
or
no,
something.
no, no.
I was
So
like,
the-
"Can
so-
you just like point out.
I mean, the thing with this movie
Her
was
I just
literal
think it's so
superpowers.
important because I think people forget how influential Lucille Ball is.
oh
because
yeah.
I think our generation sees her and you think I Love Lucy,
Mhm.
and you think, the Vita Vita Vegemin thing.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek, yeah.
sure. But the thing is, with all that silliness, with all the things she did, she really changed the view of women, and she had female writers on her show,
Right.
which they did
Right.
show.
They did show, yeah.
But they didn't make a big deal out of it, and that was a huge deal.
I thought they did. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it was a good movie, but I was like, holy shit.
So there's another movie in it, and it's more of like, this was like, okay, this movie
Was a week
first of all,
her life.
First of all, it's Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
So Aaron Sorkin's gonna talk from a male perspective. You know, he's just that guy. He doesn't do women right. You know what I mean? He's kind of
Yeah.
So
it was more
Scientologist, so what do you
from
expect?
yeah,
it was more from the perspective
Yeah.
of, I wasn't gonna say it, so thank you, Billy, but it was more from the perspective of like how hard it was to be a woman at that
Mhm.
time, which I think is great. But it was also like, you're making your husband feel like shit because you're not letting him run things, and that's what they focused on. When really, I think they could have focused on like,
see, I looked at it as she knew that like they weren't going to listen to her because she was
Yeah.
a woman, so she
Right.
used him as a tool
yeah,
to get what she wanted. And that's like, if you watch, there's another movie, like it was on Netflix a bunch of years ago, and it was more of like this. So the movie that's Being the Ricardos takes place within 1 week,
Yeah.
and there's flashbacks to their life,
and it's
but-
like a pretty pivotal week.
yeah. But there's a movie that came out that was more of a biopic, and you get to see like her, like it's more about her, and you get to see how she ends up like getting booted. They both
Yeah.
got fired,
They both got fired. yeah.
and she, like, here's the crazier thing, but they also didn't show a lot of things that he did.
Yeah.
So one of the things that he did is when
And I'm
they,
not saying that he,
Yeah.
that he's not important.
No.
He's very important.
especially
but
especially
also-
being a person of
Yes,
color, like
yes,
in those
yes.
days. But like one of the things he did was they weren't going to buy the show.
Yeah.
And this is like, they left this completely out of that movie. So they weren't going to buy the show. They pitched it, and the company, like, they were like, we don't want to do this show because you're a
Yeah.
mixed couple, and we don't think she's funny.
Right.
And so they had to put on a play of an episode of what the show would be
Right.
before it ever got done. But the thing is they still didn't believe in it. So he goes, I will bankroll it. I will produce
Yeah.
it.
No, he was amazing too. And
Well,
I don't
hold
want
on.
to take that away.
But like he went and like he mortgaged their houses.
Yep.
And they paid for the show, which was the stupidest fucking thing the studio could have ever let him do.
Right.
Because then they owned it.
They owned everything.
And so whenever it blew up, do you know how many people watch that show every week?
60 million.
Yeah.
60 fucking million people.
I was
60
telling
million.
pretty much that's like
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, like
Oh.
two Super Bowls, three
Yeah.
Super Bowls
Yeah.
every weekend.
Mhm.
every weekend.
Mhm.
And so I think both of them are amazing. And I don't
Yeah.
want to take anything away
Right.
from Desi Arnaz
But
because she was
yeah.
amazing.
No, they both
but
were.
We call that
She-
trickster humanitics, and so she hustled her way up to just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
do that.
But she was literally the very first woman
Mhm.
to get fired from. So she was fired from
Mm-hmm.
RKO, and she said, "You know what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I can do this."
That scene is amazing. Actually.
And yes, and I like when he goes, "Well, I've done this a lot," and she goes, "Well, you're not doing a very good job of it."
You're not very good at it. She
Yeah.
was very good. Yeah.
And I don't know. I think so. Like, I got offended one time because somebody asked me who my biggest comedic influences were,
Right.
and it was like Joan Rivers, duh. But Lucille Ball is huge
Huge.
for me. And there were so many people that were like, but she wasn't really that funny. I'm like, "Ugh, she was hilarious. And she literally fought, her and Desi literally fought, and they show this in this movie. They literally fought for her to be pregnant
On TV.
on TV,
I
which
love-
was
I love that line
huge.
where they're like, well, if she shows up pregnant on TV, people are going to ask how it happened. And I'm like, they're fucking married.
They're married.
What the fuck?
Well,
yeah,
so
she got nut inside
so
her.
even after
They
that,
nutted inside her. That's what happened.
But even after that, they still didn't like that stuff.
No.
Because
they were like,
Joan Rivers went on the Carson show pregnant, and they were like, "You can't talk about being pregnant." And she's like, "What the fuck am I gonna joke about? I'm 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
There's nothing else." And she, so for me, Joan Rivers and Lucille Ball are the two. But like, fuck,
Well-
and after doing comedy, pregnant, like super pregnant, because I went through COVID. And then we came back from COVID, and I'm like, I am super pregnant. And I don't know how to handle this.
and I was like, you ain't putting that on the air. Holly. So Holly's constantly holding a box or a blanket.
So you
that'd
have
be ridiculous.
She's
But
holding blankets.
I just remember walking out on stage the first time being like, I get it, Joan Rivers. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck else am I going to talk
no.
about?
What's gonna happen is like you have 10 Drink Nation out there. It's like, how did Holly get pregnant? No, homeboy just nutted inside her.
No.
Yeah,
Hamster.
Yeah,
Well,
hamster-
totally.
Well, what they didn't show also, like I got to pull up what that biopic was. Do you know who she
Thank
trained?
you, Holly. Hamster straight up nutted inside her. That's how it happened.
Hamster
Do-
sauce.
Do you know who?
Hamster.
Do you know who she trained under to learn comedic timing and to learn like slapstick? Buster Keaton, and they show it in that other movie. She actually like hit him up and she said, "I want to go into comedy and I need to learn." And he taught her like slapstick and timing, and
That's amazing.
like I mean, if you could learn, I mean, in those days, Buster Keaton. I mean, Jesus, it was like Buster Keaton, or it was like what's his name, Charlie Chaplin. I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
And that was that.
So I gotta go back because like we missed one story from last night from Kale and I. So Kale and I we're like drunk and it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And we're like walking out of Founders and we have to like go home. I live like an 11-minute walk away. Kale,
Right.
he doesn't. He lives kind of far.
Right.
Not far. What would be the walk?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And this like really like attractive lady is like outside. And
Okay.
she's barely wearing like she has no coat.
Side
Oh.
quest. I call this side quest.
She has like no jacket on, no jacket on at all. And like she's like, "Oh, I know you. You're the 10 drink minimum guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And she's like, "Cool." She's like, "You're, I don't even remember what she said." She's like, "You're really cool to the community, all that. You guys need a ride home." And I'm like, this is like the opposite scenario of any like it's like the opposite. Like I walked outside and like a really attractive, nice lady gave Kale
Yeah.
and I a ride home. And like she's like, "Yeah, I'm Raquel." And like she does these like murals like downtown. Like she
Yeah.
did some really cool ones. And then I hit her, like, she's like, "I'm on Instagram, just hit me up." And I was like, "Cool." And Kale calls me and he goes, "Can you believe that lady just like drove us home? Like never met us in her entire life." I was like, "I don't
I'm
know."
not gonna lie to you, Chris. Like, I love you and I love Kale, but if I didn't know you and I didn't
Yeah.
know Kale and I didn't have a fucking coat on,
Yeah.
there's no goddamn way that I'd be like, "Hey, do you fellas need a ride?" Never.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And like we were like, "Yeah, please give us a ride." And then
Hi, fellas. Are you looking for a ride home?
so then she does the one thing that like I was really hoping she would not do.
Oh no, what did she do?
And we
Did she
pull-
give you a blowjob? Because I know how much you hope nobody ever
No,
gives you a
that
blowjob.
did not happen. So we pull in and she goes, "Awesome, now I can stalk you." And I was like,
Oh no.
"Ah, Jesus."
She actually said that.
She did.
Oh, girl,
She sure did.
girl.
And I went, "Oh crap."
That's awesome.
To be fair, like
I've used that joke before. It does not go over well, except in
It's-
your own head.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
And
if
then
you're
it
a
just
male
lives
being,
there
it's a
forever.
lot easier for a male being stalked than a woman
Mhm.
being stalked. So, Chris, you're
Oh,
in
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Well-
mean, I don't know. I watch a lot of true crime and I read
Poison
it.
is
and
poison and guns are guns, Billy. I don't know what you're saying. I don't-
You just find her sitting in your
What's
living
that?
room.
You forgot about the vagina poem.
Oh yeah.
What?
I
She had a vagina poem?
So anyway, Kayla's bringing up a vagina poem that was recited at given point.
what was that from? Well, who
Her name was like Jan.
Oh, this woman walks up to us. Yeah, this woman walked us in a bar and she goes, "You want to hear a poem?" And I'm like, "All right." And she goes, "It's about my vagina." And I'm like,
Oh, so it's not the same.
"No."
No.
And
Okay.
then she goes, what did she say?
Also, I'm all for busking
Yeah.
with poems now because I'm
Oh.
watching the show on Netflix called "And with an E." And so pretty much you can busk with like let me recite you a fucking poem. And can
Do you
get-
think
can-
I could busk with jokes?
I think you could.
Yeah.
Why not?
But she like walks
Just
up.
go to the train station and just like, do you want to hear a joke? Give me like some 50 cents,
Yeah.
some change.
Yeah. But this woman, she's like, my vagina shaved and clean. And then she goes, undulating. My undulating vagina, like shaved and clean. And then she stops and she goes, I forgot the rest of it.
Wow.
And she walks out.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't know if that was the joke or if she just really forgot the rest of it.
Also, I don't know what undulating means.
I don't know.
Think about like a
Does it mean
Jello
like-
mold.
Yeah. I don't know.
You give it a slap and it just keeps moving.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Google, what's undulating mean?
The fuck?
What is it undulating vagina? What is that?
I know what it means, but I want these men to look it up. I'm loving every moment of how
Alexa, what is
uncomfortable these are.
undulating vagina?
Having a smoothly rising and falling form or outline. The undulating country lanes of Northern Ireland.
So it's like prime, pristine.
I just love that she was like telling this joke, like this poem.
Just
She was like
just
intent on it.
like a slick labia.
like a waveform.
Yeah. And then she completely like forgot. She was like, "Oh, never mind."
Be funny if you actually hooked up with her. It's like that's not
no.
undulating.
That was not the same. Well, no, this was a different woman. But like, I just thought it was the craziest thing that we're in this bar and this young woman has the largest Mickey Mouse like face on her back, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, you know, like I would clearly card you to get in. You know, if you have a Mickey, I don't know.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then
like,
and then all of a sudden this other woman walks up and she's like telling us a poem. She forgets it, and then we walk outside and this other woman's like, "Can I give you guys a ride home?" It was just like the weirdest like chain of events that could ever. And then the one woman's like, "Well, now I know where you live. I could stalk you." And I was like, "Oh boy, here we go."
I think you'd be fine.
I think I'll be fine.
If anything, she's right outside this room right now.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
or if anything, she's just watching
she's
us
just
right now.
listening, and
She's-
she's wondering
she's
if I have
listening.
an undulating vagina.
She's in the house taking pictures with the cat to send me later. Probably. No, but she was really nice, and I end up like she's like find me on Instagram, and like and I was like okay, and I knew who so I did, and I was like, is this you? And she goes yes, and I was like okay, cool. And I'm like, you know, now I can point to this, this account whenever I'm stabbed to death. I don't know. No, she was super nice, but it was just really fun that like
That's how most true crimes start.
Right.
This lady was super nice.
the boy.
I was gonna go off on like during the pandemic how
Uh-huh.
how I am now obsessed with true crime.
oh, okay.
And how it was rotting his brain. And then
Oh.
it was
Shelby was
rotting my
like, but Holly actually like researches and like is really into this. So now he's backtracking.
I would imagine like a
Oh.
true like okay, so if you're really into true crime, I imagine the demographic being like white women. Sorry,
Oh,
Holly.
yeah.
So
I
like
mean, you're not wrong, but also, how dare you?
I'm pretty sure SNL did a skit on that whole thing.
Oh,
So-
they did.
so what-
It
what's-
was a music video
Oh,
called.
here we go. White woman, heck yes, true crime.
Yes, that's Amy.
Amy Fletcher.
And so what I'm saying is like if I were to go to like because I am really into
She
true
seems
crime
really
right now, like YouTube style, like every documentary you can find. Like during the pandemic, like Shelby and I would just like double down, like, oh my god, what's going on?
Mhm.
And we have nightmares about this stuff. So what would happen? If I actually went to like a true crime convention, say like in
Oh.
Philadelphia or like
Yeah.
Washington D.C., I would be
Crime
the only.
con,
I would be
yes.
the only male person of color there, like fangirling over like Bailey Sarian or like
Bailey
Micah
Sarian is amazing.
I
or
have
like
I have,
Kendall Ray. All
Eric Carter Landine.
yeah, exactly.
Fangirling over Eric
I
Carter
would-
Landine.
And it's like out being a row of like white women like waiting to get the pictures. I would be the only like Navajo bald guy with a beard. Be like, oh my god, Kendall Ray, girl.
Amy Fletcher says, I want to start solving cases with genetic genealogy.
Yeah, we've actually talked about this.
Oh.
So she has a business where she
Ah.
helps people with like ancestry and stuff. And we want to start solving cases with genetic
Ooh.
genealogy. She would do like the, more smart stuff. And I
You would just do the Well, but what if?
Yeah, I would do he definitely murdered her.
Oh man, this guy seems
I love that person though.
this guy seems shady
But you
as
see,
fuck, by
I
the way.
love like the morbid podcast,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
My Favorite Murder, all that
Oh,
stuff.
I love all that stuff.
Oh,
So one of my dreams is to be the person on a Netflix special that's okay. So you always see the neighbors that are like, "Oh, I had no idea. He seemed like a nice guy," and I would be like, "No, I knew he was a murderer,
I knew it all
and
along."
nobody listened to me." So there's a guy that lives on my street named Bruce, and
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's a serial killer. And sometimes there are like ambulances in front of his house, and I'm like, yes, today is the day. Netflix is gonna be here any day.
What do you think the ambulances are there to like?
Well,
with the
so I
bodies, or
found
what?
out. No, I found
Oh.
out what happened. So his mom has like a halfway house.
Oh.
And he lives there, and she used to make him wear like helmets and stuff in the car, which I think makes a serial killer, but I digress.
or keeps your skull from
Sure,
fracturing.
I don't think so though. I think that she was crazy, and now he's crazy, and he
Oh.
takes notes every time he comes to your door, which I find strange. And
Really?
so I think he's a serial killer. And the hamster seems to think that like they check on him because he's mentally not all there.
Oh, the ambulance does?
Yep.
That's not
I
a thing.
think,
No.
I think eventually we're gonna find out that he slowly poisoned his mom and everybody in his house died. That's what I think we're gonna find.
I knew because we investigated him and have his whole life story, JK.
Oh,
Oh.
see, Amy, she knows.
Who's Amy Fletcher? I've learned.
That's
like,
Kurt Fletcher's sister,
okay.
and
The
I love
Kurt
her.
Fletcher.
She also loves my son.
So what's gonna happen is like I'm in line to meet what's her name, Kendall Ray, and Amy's gonna be right behind me with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
her like sign my
Genealogy
Yeah.
and like all the things. Yes.
I'll introduce you to Eric Carter Landine. He does True Consequences in New Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I used to work with him.
Yeah. Oh
Apparently.
yeah, right. He knows Smiley like real well. He's like, oh Smiley. Oh yeah.
I love him.
I want to go back to like what I like as far as Thanksgiving versus
Oh.
Christmas.
Okay.
I can tell you that Christmas, now that like I'm not poor,
Oh.
Yeah.
is like stressful.
I mean,
because-
I'm still poor, but I can imagine.
It's stressful, but like you also don't want gifts anymore.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't want gifts. And like here, like oh my Thanksgiving, like oh yeah, I'm gonna eat a shit ton of food. I can bring a pie and like maybe like some like Trader Joe's tiramisu. It's gonna be fine. I don't have to worry about cooking. Whereas Christmas, like, we forgot somebody. We forgot somebody now. You know, I have to like buy a gift again. It's really stressful in that way. Whereas before, it's like Billy's poor. Don't expect me.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Billy.
Just have some kids, and then everybody's like, "No, you have kids. Like you
Yeah.
bought gifts for kids because that's what we used
It's
this year."
expensive.
But also, we're poor, so
yeah.
like super poor. It's fine.
I don't know. I get to the point where like people are like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "Don't buy me anything." Then I have to go out and buy you something.
That's the way I thought of it.
Chris,
Yes, exactly.
I gave you my friendship.
Oh, all right,
for
cool.
Christmas.
It's like I am the gift.
I am the gift. I'll wrap myself if you would like. But also I have 2 children and I am poor.
I don't
So-
care. I don't care.
I told Chris, like, I will resign a contract for 3 years and 10 drug minimum. That's my gift to you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait, say that again. You're gonna do what?
I will resign my. I will sign a 1-year contract, 10 drug minimum.
So how are you gonna do that?
Are you gonna remote in? Because like we might take you up on that.
Yeah.
It might be fun.
I actually really into like gear now. Seeing what Chris has now,
Yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah.
even his mic. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
I don't even understand all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And people are like, so you guys have some cool stuff. I'm like,
No, we
"Sure."
don't. No, we don't. We do.
I'm like, you know,
tin can.
Oh yeah.
We have a snowball, blue snowball.
No,
I'm like, I don't know what
like,
we
it's
use.
like it's like a can that goes from string to string
Yeah.
to a payphone
Mhm.
to somebody who has a computer mic.
That's what happens.
It's a blue
It's pretty
snowball.
cool.
We all sit around it. It sits on the
Oh
table.
my
Oh god.
Chris, remember that when that was a thing?
Yeah.
And everyone started a podcast, and then they don't exist anymore.
No, they don't exist. And everybody's always like, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm like, cool. And they're like, you should listen to it. I was like, I'll listen to it in 6 months. And they get like really offended by it, but I'm like, if it exists, we'll see. You know,
Right.
it's tough. It's a tough thing. It's like I made a reference like on the post earlier. Like I was like, we're getting the band back together. Like this is I've never been in a band, but this is as close as I could feel like
Oh
being in a
yeah,
band.
totally.
Because it's like you know, you constantly have to, you know, like there's always things going on. Like the only difference is like if Smiley doesn't show up, we can still do a show. If Holly doesn't show up, we can still do a show, you know. And I don't have to like, you know, or I'll bring some. If like, neither one of them show up, I can be like, oh hey, blah blah.
Oh,
come
thanks.
over.
I'm just replaceable.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh,
Good
hey,
to know.
hey guys. So,
But the other thing that's hard to replace, but the one thing that's really hard to replace is the chemistry.
Yeah.
And like, you know, when you're listening to a podcast for the first time and you're like, and they're new and everyone just talks all over each other because they do.
Yeah.
And that's like the fucking worst. And it's like, as soon as I hear that, I turn it off. And that's the hardest part. Oh, look, my mom's in the chat now.
Hi.
Debbie.
She
Hey,
missed all those
Debbie.
bad things I said about her.
Ugh.
Oh my God, Debbie, you missed a diatribe of just about you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had
I
a
have
lot to say.
we had a lot.
And another thing.
Actually, Debbie, if you can send me your address, DM your address to me. We need to send you some like cards and stuff.
In about 5 minutes, she'll be like, what is DM?
No, your mom does great with that.
Yeah.
She, you know. So I have to say though, on what day were we all together?
That was the 22nd.
Thursday,
Wednesday.
Thursday. So I just remembered that like me, Billy, and Chris sitting together talking just felt so natural.
Oh, right.
You know, and we, you know, it felt like the first 5 minutes of the show where
Oh, yeah,
Smiley
yeah,
hadn't
yeah.
shown up yet.
That's right. Got to make the entrance.
Oh,
I'm
fucking-
sorry, that was just a joke. Can you hand me another beer? Thank you so much. I
Oh, I
love
would like
you.
another one too. No, it's actually really great being with you guys again because like I moved to Washington D.C. November 2nd, 2019.
The year of our Lord.
So I took 3 months off. Shelby was working she worked at Michael's of
Yeah.
all
Oh,
places.
wow.
Like being a professor and working at Michael's. And I was just chilling. Like I would make like breakfast, and like she would go to work, and then she would come back to work. It's like I've just been watching TV all day. I should have been writing music,
Yeah.
obviously. But okay, so what happened in February of 2020? COVID happened.
Yeah.
And so I don't have friends there. I guess I have Shelby's colleagues who are.
We were
Oh,
talking
wow.
about this because I moved to Rio Rancho, which doesn't sound that far. But not only did I move to Rio Rancho right before COVID, but then I became a mom during COVID, and all my friends are like, fuck you and your baby.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Besides Chris and Smiley. I mean,
no one said that to you, right?
They just walk up. They just walk up and they go, "Is this your
not
baby?
like
Is this your baby?
exact words.
Is this your
but
baby?"
Because
and you're like,
I would say that. It's like, Holly, fuck you and that baby.
Whatever. You
so,
love that baby.
So they just walk up and they go, "Is this your baby?" And you're like, "Yeah." And they go,
Fuck
you,
that baby."
That would be real, if I
Uh,
saw that in real life, just
it
with
feels like it.
strangers, I would be like, nice.
Right? You're all secretly high-fiving him.
The gall of that baby just like taking up all the attention.
Yeah.
And
How much oxygen are you using there, baby?
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
god.
What job do you have now?
what you doing, little baby?
What you doing, baby?
What you doing? No, like really, like Chris and Smiley are like and Kurt and his sister, but like for a long time I was just like, okay, cool. I'm just like a mom now, and
So
I
you
just
asked
hang
her-
out with a 5-year-old.
You
That's
asked
awesome.
you asked my mom for her address, and she just puts it right in the chat with all these people.
I know, and Amy goes, Debbie, no, delete your address.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
deleted it.
Deleted it.
Amy's amazing.
How-
No, Debbie, I need your address because I need to send you like Christmas cards.
He said
And-
he said to DM him. That means direct message. That means to him, not to everyone in the chat room here.
they're gonna dox you, Debbie.
Yeah, they're gonna dox you.
She doesn't know what that means.
No, she doesn't know what that means either. But anyway, So Kayla and I got a ride home last night. It was weird.
From a
But it was
strange
nice, but she
lady
was
that
nice,
now
she was
has your
nice.
address.
No, she
Not
was-
only does she have your address, she has driven here.
Mm-hmm.
She
And to
literally
Kale's.
said and to Kale's.
Yeah.
And she literally said she wants to stalk you. So that's great.
I
Okay,
like-
okay. There's just a question I know that would answer
Yeah.
if it's good or bad.
Oh yeah.
One, would you smash?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so good. So that's so if
No, okay, as a mom, not good. Billy, not fucking good.
but as trauma informed,
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, but as a mom, I'm like, no. She said she's gonna stalk you.
Could
Don't
just that's on the
do that.
table.
Well,
oh my god.
all I'm saying,
I don't
all
know
I'm
what to do with
saying-
you boys.
That's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
all I'm saying is
So what you're saying is there's a guarantee I'm gonna get the smash, even with the
Oh
stalking.
my- I mean,
I'm just
sure.
kidding.
If you're into
just
that,
kidding.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum, but also
Oy.
like,
I'll be like, we'll be having sex. I'll be all, let me see the knife again.
and I'm internally panicking for Christopher. Internally panicking.
Is there boiling water on the stove for the cat?
Internally panicking. Christopher.
Christopher. That's not trauma informed.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
But I had such a great time with you guys. Like, holy smokes, it's been like a couple years, like just hanging out. Look, what we used to do back at Rosemont.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna kidnap you guys. You guys are just
Whoa,
staying here.
whoa.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even care. It's not even that creepy. Like if I keep them in my closet, I will feed them. I'll love them. They'll be happy.
Happy stocking New Year.
Can you at least get like some snacks, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
some gummy snacks?
I'm a mom. I have so many gummy snacks
some
at my
Swedish-
house.
Some Swedish fish, some Rolos.
So
Whatever you want.
I'll be in the corner here, like starving to death.
Oh my god.
I'm really
So-
I'm really into high chews now.
Do you know how like you,
Oh, okay.
you
Those
know
are
how, like,
great.
I'll get you some.
you like a
Awesome.
product and like all of a sudden you'll be at the store and like they have like taken that product and like modified it. So I like rice pudding.
Okay.
Or- and
I
I
love rice pudding
And I love
too.
I
It's
love
so good.
flan and I love
I also
Rolos.
love tapioca.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, me too. So like I was at the store the other day and they have like a flan dessert.
Smiley's like hot take.
Well, they had like at Silver Market they have a flan dessert
Yeah.
and the caramel is like Rolo. It's like made by it says it's all Rolo flavored.
We
and I
need
was like,
some of that.
oh gosh. And I was like, ooh.
Okay, here's the deal. I get really excited about sweets now because most of the time in my house, I have to go in the bathroom, pretend I'm pooping just to enjoy it without a small human who is going to act like a crack addict after she eats it, begging me for some. So, literally, when somebody talks about like sweets, I'm like, oh my God, were you able to eat that by yourself?
That's why you get the swan thing where
Were
he
you able to
brings-
eat that at your table?
That's why you get the swan thing where like he brings those push pop things because they're gross but they're good.
No. You don't understand how kids work. You
I-
could give them their own thing
And they still want
and then
yours.
they see something that's different and they're like, what's that?
Yeah.
And
one
it
has
used
caramel.
to be that I could be like, oh,
Mm.
Danny, this is spicy.
Oh yeah.
you can't have any.
The old spicy.
But now she's like, yeah, but it looks sweet. I'll try it.
See,
I'm
kids
like,
from-
no.
I feel like kids from New Mexico are like, yeah, I like spicy.
She's still afraid of spicy, but now she's willing to risk it because like I've started giving her like green chili stew and
Oh,
things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So now she's willing to risk it for sweetness. And so now I have to pretend I have horrible diarrhea to eat snacks.
You're all sorry, mommy's in here just blowing up the joint.
Yep. And I think she's on to me because she'll be like, do you want company?
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
God.
no, I don't want company. I can poop
Just-
by
I
myself.
can smell
Thank
the
you.
chocolate
Well,
underneath
well,
the
see,
door.
I don't have so I don't have the kid issue with the bathroom. where, like,
Right.
you know,
Sure.
but I have a dog and
Yeah.
a cat.
Okay. So
So
you know the annoyances
Mhm.
you have with a dog or a cat in a
Mhm.
bathroom? Because I understand those. I also have a million cats and
Yeah.
a dog, and they're annoying.
oh yeah.
But I literally have a child who I think is on to me about my sweets, and she
Oh.
will sit by the door and be like, I don't want you to be lonely, Holly. I don't hear poop noises. Are you sure you're pooping?
You're all
Also,
Have children. It'll be so much
well. See,
fun.
does your cat do the thing where like you're pooping and you have your pants down, and the cat will just come over and be like, "Oh, that's a place where I can lay down
Yeah.
at in your pants."
I have 3 cats
Yeah.
that'll lay in my pants, on my lap,
Mhm.
at my feet, on my head.
Yeah, and then my dog
And
is
then
like,
a 5-year-old that thinks because I'm in the bathroom pooping, I have candy.
and then my
But
dog
you
is like,
do.
and then my dog is like, "Oh, this is a perfect time for you to throw the ball for me. You're stationary on a toilet. This is when you should throw the ball for me."
Sorry.
Chris, you should have children.
No.
Kids literally have like a sense.
Don't you put that curse on me, Holly.
So like my 5-month-old will literally be like
Mhm.
dead asleep, and I'm finally like, yes, I am going to enjoy whatever. If
Yeah.
either it's a murder documentary or a piece of cake or something, and he starts crying like, I sensed that you are enjoying life, Mom. Let me kill it for you.
We actually just have a candy bowl, like in our.
Oh,
just in our
You can't
that
have that
must
with
be
kids.
nice.
Just in our
You
kitchen?
can't have that. You can't.
I got real dad with your older one the other day.
My older.
We were at the party,
Oh yeah.
and she walks over. No, the Danny, and she
Thank
goes.
you.
She goes.
My oldest one is hamster.
And she
Yeah.
goes. Look at these Rolos over here. And I
Oh,
immediately,
I know. She was really into Rolos thanks to Shelby's mom.
and I immediately, like, Shelby was there. She goes, look at these Rolos, and I don't go, oh nice. I went, how many of those you had today? Or I mean, like, I go, how many of those have you had? And she like freezes, and then I go, how many of those have you had today? And then she goes, and then Shelby goes, let's make that the last one for a while, okay?
Thank you,
But like,
Shelby.
but it was really funny because like she thought.
But I did tell her. So here's the deal: co-parenting is a fun thing because her mom was coming to pick her up. So I was like, "You can have whatever you want. I don't
Oh,
care.
wow.
Have fun with that.
Y'all, you want to get lit? You get fucking lit.
Get
you know?
lit, kid. I bought you
Woo.
a donut on the way here. You
Oh
can
my
have
God.
candy. Oh yeah." No, and I'm not afraid to say it because her mom does the same shit. So today
Yeah.
she gets dropped off at my house, and probably as repayment for that party where she had a million Rolos, a donut, and so much peanut brittle.
She's just like
But-
breaking up some
Oh,
Rolos,
yeah.
snorting it on the toilet.
So today she gets to our house and she's like, "Can I have this candy?" And I'm like, "No, it's too early." She goes, "I already had a bunch of candy
Oh.
this morning for breakfast."
Wow.
And I was like, "What?"
Smart.
I was like, "How much candy did you have this morning for breakfast?"
They're like, "Give her
yeah,
a
I
Red
should
Bull."
do that. I should do that.
No, fucking Monster energy drink coffee.
Yeah. So I was like, "What do you mean you had candy?" She's like, "I had 4 cookies, 7 pieces of chocolate." I was like, "God damn it. We're going to Target and you're just gonna run free."
I like how the kid's gonna have like heart problems as she grows
Yeah.
up because of your like back and forth with the mom. you're like, oh yeah, well fuck
I
you.
try to be nice, but also like Shelby's mom loves my daughter, and literally Danny could just look at her and be like, "Lisa."
That's a thing.
I-
Exactly.
I
But
just
I
wanna,
never get candy. And she'd be like, "Here, have it all."
Here, I wanted a beer earlier. And it's like Shelby's like, no, you can't have any beers.
Get
Shelby's mom's like,
yeah.
get a beer.
a beer. Yeah.
I want to see Danny.
No, and Danny literally said, Shelby's, so Lisa, who's Shelby's mom, she goes, "Lisa loves me so much and she let me have whatever." I was like, "I don't love you that much. I'm
Straight
not
up.
ashamed to say it."
I just want to see Danny show up with like a pixie stick,
Yeah.
and she just bites the end off and then just inhales it up her
Oh,
nose.
that's not hard.
So 10 drink minimum, 10 drink nation. I want to tell you about this person we're talking about. So I met this person at one of our shows.
Danny? Where-
No,
where-
no, no, no.
Oh.
I met Shelby at one of our shows. She
Ah.
shows up with your coworker that one day.
Yeah.
And she's-
No, you met her. We went to that Johnny Cash.
she came to the show
Oh.
before that.
Oh, man,
okay,
I
okay.
have to tell the story of how me and Shelby met after
I
you
see.
tell this story because holy
So,
shit,
like-
Shelby's amazing.
So I'm doing the show. I'm like just being like witty as hell. I'm like, yeah, damn, like
If you do say so yourself, Billy.
And I was like, I was fucking this bitch here, and it's like, oh my god, this girl is like,
That is not what you said.
this girl had like a flat ass. I couldn't nut. You know, it was like one of those things. And Shelby walks in, and she's like sits in at this the podcast we're doing at the time, and I was like, this girl's really pretty. Holy smokes! Can you
Gorgeous.
And I was like, hey, Chris, can you introduce me to this your coworker's sister? And I was like, yeah. So we went to a show after that, and kind of like mingled a bit. I pulled on the Billy charm. It was like pretty much like a Shrek Fiona situation. It's like
So
I was that charming and funny.
I wasn't gonna say it.
So anyway, I live in DC with the love of my life.
So Billy's love of his life became the love of my life very quickly because, okay, first of all, I'm very awkward in person, and Shelby came to, was it Tractor? It was Tractor. Shelby came to a Tractor, and she comes up to me, and usually I have Crystal who like kind of blocks me from the awkwardness because I'm an asshole and I don't mean to be. I'm just like, I don't know what to say to you if you're talking to me and I don't know who you are. But she walks up and she's like, Holly, I love you so much. And I was like, hi.
But who's you?
Who are you? And she goes, I'm Shelby. I listen to Tendrick all the time. And from that moment on, we have been so cute. But if it wasn't for Shelby, I would not have a baby.
Whoa.
Really? I want to hear this
Did
story.
Shelby
So-
nut in you? I didn't know that.
No, Shelby did not nut in me.
So
My baby would be a lot cuter if she had. Okay.
Ow.
But and he's pretty cute. But so when I first met Hamster, I was kind of unsure about him. I was like, this guy seems like every other fucking piece of shit I've
You were
ever
like,
met.
I would not let this guy nut in me right now.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And Shelby was like, let him nut in you. And I was like, okay. No, that's not
Stop-
really what happened.
Stop with the blowjobs already.
Like
That's not really what happened.
Just move on with the blow. Just let him nut in you.
She made me dance with him in the middle of Central and then said we were so cute. And at one point said, you guys are going to have babies and blah, blah, blah. But also she said,
Oh,
let
fuck.
him nut in you.
She told
And
me
then
I-
I would have a baby.
That all came true. She told me I was going to die.
She did not.
Then she gave you a ride home and she went, no, I'm going to
I'm gonna
stalk you.
stalk you. No, Shelby is my favorite person I've met in a couple years. Like for sure, probably one of my favorite people I've ever met ever. And she's here in town. I'm so excited, but
Honestly-
I'm just a little bit mad that she moved away.
Honestly, Chris, like the dime piece that's stalking you,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much how Shelby got me. She was stalking me.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, no. Let's not do that.
Ross says, aren't we all going to die? Well, yeah.
Shelby is
Speak
special.
for yourself.
Yeah, Smiley, not Smiley. Smiley is like roaches and, he'll just last forever, He's
Did you
here
just say
forever.
Smiley is like roaches?
Yeah, they're going to last forever. Like nuclear war can't stop roaches. They
Or
can't
me.
stop Smiley. See?
It's not
See?
And
like
also,
a roach.
objectively, like roaches are the best creatures that humanity has ever experienced.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Okay,
Smiley.
Yeah,
fair.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that go, Smiley, the perfect killer.
I clean my exoskeleton
No.
twice a day.
Smiley would never kill anyone.
Mm,
wish you paid me.
Shush.
So I was telling Holly Ann about like how true crime has rotted my mind,
yeah.
and I'm just looking at all the angles that any one of you,
Oh,
Chris,
yeah.
Smiley, Holly, has killed somebody in their lifetime.
Mm.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
Chris, maybe like he was.
Chris would get caught in a few
No.
years.
Chris was in a fraternity, so like
Oh, yeah.
romanticizing this idea is like something happened at the frat house
With a stripper.
and,
Yeah.
and, a
That'd be a
stripper,
stripper, yeah.
and like he killed somebody.
And he would get caught in a few years.
Yeah, he would get caught. And, like, he would
Because
be-
somebody would open their
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
like the missing person was like in Portales, like finally found, and Chris was like he was a part of it.
Yeah.
And then like Smiley, obviously he ate somebody.
Obviously.
Yeah,
No evidence there.
no
No
evidence.
evidence.
And Holly Ann, you poisoned your like lover in the
Yeah.
past.
And I would know how to bury him and dispose of him in
Holly-
a way that
Holly-
nobody would
Holly,
know.
uh,
Nobody's heard from my ex-husband in a while.
Holly killed
so.
a trucker
It was
at
delicious.
the.
I mean, I don't know what happened to him.
Holly killed a trucker at the strip club. The truck stop. Strip
Oh
club,
yeah.
you know, to feel alive, as one does.
And nobody would know.
No
Yeah.
one know. Like transient truck drivers.
Yeah.
That's why I watch so much true crime, guys.
People always wonder how I made it through school with, just my waiting
Yeah,
job.
right.
I wasn't killing people for money or anything like that.
Holly Ann waited till the trucker went to go release the trucker turd in the bathroom, and she sat by the door, and she's like, "What are you doing in there? Doesn't sound like you're shitting.
Doesn't sound like you're shitting. Sounds like you got chocolate in there.
Sounds like you got some food in there." And then she murdered the shit out of that guy.
So I think, like I said, true crime rotted my mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm looking at every single
Yeah.
one of you.
time. We're looking at time.
We're at time. No time.
We
No
are
time.
out of
We
time.
got no
We got to roll.
But I'm having a good time. I leave tomorrow. If you're in Albuquerque, if you're watching this
no,
live,
they're not leaving tomorrow. They're gonna live in my closet.
Oh my god,
Who's the real killer? COVID. Mm.
I love you guys, and I'm so glad we got to do this. I'll be back. I actually want to get back at least twice a year.
Jesus, we took all the dead bodies, took all the dead bodies to the hogs in Bertalis. I couldn't.
That makes
get
sense. They would eat
Yeah.
that body.
So yeah, I want to thank Billy for coming and doing the show, and he actually like pushed us to do this show because
Yeah, thank you so much.
and I'm glad he did because like
Just getting the
yeah,
band back together.
got the band
Yeah,
back. We
this
got to
was
take
fun.
we got to take a picture together before we all
We
walk
do.
out of here. Thank you guys for listening. We got to get to Holly Ann's open mic at Founders. I'm just gonna go ahead and
Please
push it.
come. You have time. Please come and
Yes,
hang out
yes,
and laugh
yes.
at jokes.
Laugh, funny.
Kale will be there. Shelby will be there. Everybody will be there.
Yeah, we'll make some new memories. But
Code words, the Spice Girls, right?
Yeah,
So
any
thank-
of the
so-
Spice Girls.
So thank you, Chris, for having this show.
Yeah.
Let me be a part of it. I feel that this is one of the, people go through down parts in their life,
Mhm.
and people experience things that they don't know how to get out of. And what you have done for me in my tenure at 10 Drink is pretty much bring about any funk I've ever been out of.
Aw. Well, I just want you to know you're never not a part of this show. You're always a member. You're just on hiatus as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So you're always part of the show.
Ah,
And you're welcome back anytime. And if you want to do the show from Washington, you are more than
just
welcome.
let us know.
I can do that, no problem with this. So
I mean, Chris, I have to thank you
Mm-hmm.
for this extended family. I don't have siblings because I'm an only child.
I
Yeah.
do, and I don't like them.
I
but-
hate my extended family. So I the other night when we were all hanging out, I realized that because of you, I have so many amazing people in my life. I wouldn't have met Shelby. I wouldn't have met Billy. I wouldn't have met James.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have met you, but I probably would have been a grumpy bartender and hated you. But now I get to enjoy you. So thank you, Chris.
Just protect me from all of the evil in the world.
I just want to
I
say,
try.
when you were the comedian, I'm sorry, you were the bartender at the social
Press club.
Press Club. I was like, she's really funny. We should have her on the show. I said
He
that
did.
first.
He
You
did.
saw me at
He did.
comedy though.
Yeah.
You used to come to comedy.
Yeah, and so it's like she's the bartender at the Press Club. We
Yeah.
should get her on the show.
And I was like, well, her boyfriend's a sack of shit. I
yeah,
hate him.
And then I broke up with him, and you
Did I
guys
not
had
say-
me as a
Yeah.
guest,
Ask Billy.
and that was
Actually,
it.
Billy knows. Billy knows. I was like,
Yeah.
that guy's a fucking turd
yeah,
of a
yeah.
person.
I
Yeah.
just,
Because he is. He's a turd of a person.
but I advocate. I was like, Holly Ann's like, Holly's
The
really
reason-
funny, and I saw her comedy. We should have her on
Yeah.
the show one
And we
day.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And so thank you, Billy.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know Chris, and I wouldn't know James.
And now
I
I've got to
wouldn't
buy.
know
And now I've got to
Shelby.
buy hoodies all the time. I'm just kidding.
It's the only thing that keeps me warm,
I
Chris.
know. Otherwise, we'd freeze to
These
death.
fucking hoodies are dope as fuck.
They
dude,
are.
I'm sorry. Actually, I want to give a shout out to the people who did this because they're probably going to get sued now. Friday T-shirt company out of Logan, New Mexico, killed it
did
with-
amazing.
again,
We love
with the
them.
hoodies from last year and the hoodies from this year. So
My
look them up.
favorite hoodies.
Google them. Friday T-shirt company. They kick ass out of Logan, New Mexico.
Do they
of all
ship?
places.
Do they ship?
That's why I
Well,
got these.
It's a custom thing. If I want like your face with the
Mhm.
with the white
Oh my God.
frames
Oh yeah.
on the back.
I
of
would
the
wear
hoodie.
that every
Yeah.
day.
I'll tell you how much these cost when we get off the air,
Okay,
and you're gonna be shocked. I think.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you to them.
And we
Um,
all have to get to my open mic now.
Yeah, we gotta get to them. So like, check out our show next week. We'll be. Oh no, we won't be here next week. We're probably gonna do.
Nope.
We didn't even get to the end of the year shit. You know.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's fine.
Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll
but
see.
we have Billy.
Yeah, we have Billy.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Thank you guys for watching. With that,
We are 10 drink minimum.